Okay, hello everybody and welcome to episode number 6 of
Hello.
Lockdown Cooking. I'm here with Adonis today and my mother Mandy is over here as well. And we will begin in a minute. She'll come over and say hello too. So before we make the moussaka today, which is the star, we're going to make a different dish. As we said, we've got a special guest and he's going to do a little special dish for us, okay? Adonis, what are we going to make today?
So we'll make prawns kritharaki, which is kritharaki. It's orzo pasta, cooked in bisque. Bisque is prawn stock, and with grated tomatoes, some basil and some fennel.
Okay.
And olives, of course,
Okay.
which I can't see anywhere.
We've got them here somewhere. Okay. So it's some people have been asking for fresh fish. So it's not exactly fish, but it's almost there. And this is a really nice recipe that Adonis has cooked for us before, and we really liked it. And we're really lucky that he's going to share it with all of us here today. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is we made the bisque over here, basically a stock. We made this yesterday. We made a little video about it, but unfortunately we did not have time to process it in order to be ready today. But Adonis can tell us really quickly how we made it. And we're going to post the recipe for everything that we've done here today a bit later on. So how did we make the bisque? You can tell us
what we did yesterday, we just chopped an onion. Mm-hmm. We fried with olive oil.
Yep.
And then we had about 2 kilos of prawns. Mm-hmm. And we shot it with the onion. And then tomato paste, garlic, fresh tomatoes, fresh grated tomatoes. And then white wine to reduce a bit. And then just water and boil it for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah. Okay.
And then we infused inside some fennel.
Fennel, yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, so it took about an hour to do?
Yeah, about
something
an hour,
like that.
yeah.
So it's like moussaka, it's one of them dishes that takes quite a while to prepare, but if you do it the right way and you're prepared to put the time in, you're going to end up with a really great tasting dish. So what do we have to do today? Now we've got the bisque, and what is the process that we're doing now? So we've grated some tomatoes.
We grated some tomatoes.
Yep.
And then we'll start to fry the onion with some olive oil in a pot.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
So we add some olive oil. And just a tiny bit of butter.
Just say some quick hellos. Let's start from Sonia. Big hello to Sonia. And Moya, Alison, I am very well. Ruth says hi too. Hello, Ruth. Andy, big hello to the Devlin family. Phil, hello man, thanks for joining again. Moya, hello Moya. I know you like your prawns. We got Maggie and Paul. Big hello to Paul. Caroline, Theo, thank you very much, man, for joining us. Mary, hello Mary. Hello Julie. And I think that's everyone that's coming to keep on saying hello to us. We love hearing from you. Let's go back to Ado. And Tassos. Hello, Tassos.
Okay, we need some prawns as well. I think it's over there, yeah?
The prawns, yeah. I don't know where we've put them. Ah, there they are.
So we're just gonna salt them a bit.
Okay.
And then we'll take them out, and then we'll start with garlic, with onion, and then with orzo pasta.
Okay. Why don't we have our extra cameraman come here and show everything close up?
Okay, just need the bowl.
So we're going to make one portion today. Okay, this is why we've just got a few prawns there. Nice and fresh prawns. This is orzo pasta. In Greek, it's called kritharaki. It's like a rice-shaped pasta, as you can see. Then we got fresh grated tomatoes, some chopped onion, and you can show the prawns doing their magic over here.
Yeah, the prawn just for
How long?
30 minutes.
30 minutes, okay.
30 seconds.
30 seconds, yes. 30 minutes, it would be very brown and crispy, probably. You know, a few years ago, when I was working in the kitchen here,
Yeah.
I had a chef friend of mine, Mr. Kev, and Mr. Kev said to me, "What is black and sits in the oven?" And I had to run over there, and I'd burnt about 20 baguettes, I remember. Wasn't a very happy chef that day.
So the prawns nearly ready.
Okay. So you half cook them now?
Yeah,
Is that
we
right?
half cook them, yeah.
Okay.
So we have to take them out. And then we start with
So you're cooking them on quite a high heat, I can see.
high heat because
Okay.
they need to get brown a bit.
Okay.
And then we'll add the onion.
All right. I say a big hello to Stephen Rich down there in Devon. What a beautiful place Devon is. Moya says, my ouzo is unopened, but 3 years old. Hope it's okay. Of course it's okay. Don't worry about that. It'll be fine once you mix it with a bit of water and some ice cubes. And also ouzo goes really good with prawns as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes very well. The aniseed flavor of ouzo goes very well.
Yeah.
So we'll give it a bit of time, just 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
And we start in a risotto actually.
All right.
That's a process.
So you keep adding the stock once
Yes,
you put
stock
the
and
recipes.
tomato.
Okay.
We keep adding and then.
All right. Okay. Oh, and a big hello to Nottingham over there. Hello, Robin and Annette down there in the hayloft.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll add some kritharaki, orzo.
Orzo. Okay. Oh, here we go. Camera action. There you go.
That's more than enough for a portion.
Okay.
So we'll give it a minute.
Okay. And then what's the steps after this? What do we do?
We will add some white wine.
White wine. Okay.
Evaporate completely. And then slowly we add stock and tomato.
Okay.
Salt, pepper, obviously.
Okay. So we've in other news, we've finally got the all clear. Well, almost from the quarantine here in Greece on the 4th of May, which is the Jedi Day. You know about that?
No?
Because they
What
say
is
May,
that?
May the 4th be with you.
Made the
Silly
okay.
thing. Anyway, that's when we can go out without having to send a SMS, and hopefully, please God, we can go fishing, and then we can share some fishing videos with you. And then slowly they're going to reduce the measures as we go along. And eventually you'll all be able to come here, finally. We're going to see each other again.
So I add some white wine.
Okay,
It needs to be evaporated now.
smells nice. So what's you put just one thing at a time in? And you don't put everything together?
No, because we need to build the flavors,
All right, okay.
slowly.
All right.
So you have to give it time to cook and
Okay, take in the flavors. And,
yes,
Yeah.
to incorporate.
Fair enough.
So I think the wine is off.
Okay.
And now we'll add some stock.
Okay. So you put a little bit of stock and a little bit of
and
tomato.
a little bit
a
of
little-
tomato, yeah, exactly.
Okay. You want to stir?
Yes, please. So So now in a low heat. And it's about 20 minutes, half an hour to cook completely.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to leave it for 20 minutes, and then what do we need to do before we serve it?
Before we serve it, we grated some lemon zest.
Okay.
And we'll add some raw olive oil.
Okay, all right.
Salt, pepper, obviously.
Cool.
Basil and fennel.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
So what we're going to do now is Mandy is going to join us, and we're going to talk a little bit about the moussaka that we made, and then we'll go back to the video of the moussaka, because we would have loved to have cooked it here live with you today. However, it would have taken hours, and I'm sure you don't want to sit and watch this for hours on end. So we've tried to shrink it down as much as possible and present it to you here today. So I've got my little microphone here that I'm going to pass over to you, and you can talk to everybody and tell them a little bit about our adventures making moussaka the other day. Why don't you come here close?
Hello everybody. I'm sorry I've got a bit of a croaky throat today, so I'll try and speak up.
Yes. Okay.
The moussaka adventure took us quite a long time. We started cooking it at 3 o'clock and it ended up quite a bit late into the evening. We had visitors during the afternoon as well, so it kind of delayed things a little bit.
Yes.
Anyway, as I say in the video, it's quite a long process, but if you bear with it, it's something you can make in advance. And if you've got a dinner party, it's an excellent kind of dish because you've cooked it all in advance and it just sits there waiting for you to serve up.
You need to heat it up.
Yeah. So one more thing I would say is you can make a vegetarian version. I can post the recipe if anybody's interested. The vegetarian recipe, as far as I remember, is not with bechamel sauce, so it's a little bit lighter, which Alex will be pleased about. And just let us know, anybody. If you want the recipe, we'll post it.
Excellent stuff.
Okay.
All right. So just before we go, Adoni, tell us what you think about moussaka, man. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, the piece you gave me last night. Yeah, of course I enjoy it. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It's got chef's approval, so it's definitely got a good recipe. Okay. We'll say some hellos quickly before we go. Big hello to Adrian. Thanks for watching, man. It really means a lot. Then we have JJ. Michelle says hi, Mandy.
Hi, Michelle.
And then we have Maggie and everybody else that we've already talked to. Ouzo with espresso. Oh, Paul, yeah. You remember that, man. That's going back a long time. We used to have, I remember one morning we stayed in here till about 6 a.m. Drinking espresso with Ouzo. Back in the day. Anyway, enough blabbering on, and let's go straight to the moussaka. See you in a bit. Welcome to our humble home. This is a Sulis family household, and as we said, we're going to make moussaka. Now, when this dish began, it was probably quite different from the version that we know today. The way it came to be is there was a chef quite a few years ago who mixed Greek cooking with classic French techniques and used things such as bechamel that we're going to make today, and that is how moussaka came along. Now, I have not cooked this before, so my mother over here, Mandy, is going to tell me all about it and how I need to cook it. I just know the story and all that kind of thing, and I know when it tastes good. Unfortunately, I think that our recipe is pretty awesome, so give it a go at home. So, how do we begin?
Okay, so we'll start by cutting the aubergines. Melizanas in Greek, yeah. Okay. Eggplants in American, but we're going to stay with aubergines. Okay. So we need to chop both ends of the aubergine, getting rid of the stalky green bits.
And the bottom?
And the bottom.
All right.
Okay, and then we cut them into like quarter of an inch, half a centimetre chunks. So we'll go like this. The reason we're doing this at the start of the recipe is that aubergines can be a little bit bitter. So we're going to put salt on them and leave them, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the recipe.
Okay, so now we've cut the aubergines, stuck them to one side, and we're gonna prepare our meat sauce. So what do we need for our meat sauce?
Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to chop one onion.
Okay.
It's quite a big onion. If they're small onions, obviously two. We're using red onions. I think they give a slightly sweeter taste. They're gonna need 5 to 10 minutes. And don't put them on too high a heat. And they need to go till they become sort of translucent and just starting to brown.
Time for garlic?
Time for garlic, yeah.
All right. So we've chopped the garlic, and we're waiting still a couple of more minutes for the onion to go golden and stuff like that. And now we need to prepare our tomatoes. At this point, we covered the tomatoes with boiling hot water, left them for a couple of minutes, and then put them in cold water and again left them for a couple of minutes. All right. So
there you go, peel.
how do we peel them?
Best way is to give them, make a little cut into them. Yeah, and from there the skin should peel off easily. Just with your fingers, you don't need the knife.
Okay.
And the onions are nearly ready, so I'm going to add the garlic now, and that can carry on cooking. So while you're peeling the tomatoes, Alex, I'm going to add wine and tomato paste to the pan.
Okay.
Got a cup full of wine here, and I'm going to add the tomato paste, or tomato puree as some people call it. It's the same thing. I'm going to add that to the cup, stir it round. This way the tomato paste is diluted and it causes it to be, it won't be bitter when it goes into the mixture. So pouring that into the onions now. And the wine will be slowly evaporate off, but just leave a really rich, nice taste to the onions.
Okay.
Okay, we can also start to add the herbs. So I'm going to add oregano. This is our own oregano. Very, very strong taste. I wish you could smell it, but believe me, it smells beautiful. So there's quite lots of oregano in. I'm adding 2 bay leaves. Cinnamon sticks. I'm putting sticks in as opposed to the cinnamon powder. If you're using cinnamon powder, it's better to add it towards the end of the cooking time, as it gives a slightly bitter taste. The sticks will just stay in from the beginning of the cooking time, and they'll add a more gentle taste without the bitterness. I'm also adding a little bit of allspice. It's like nutmeg. I never remember with the flavours of it. Nutmeg, cinnamon, and clove. That's it. Yeah. So now you've peeled all those tomatoes, Alex. You've got to chop them.
They're all nicely chopped there. Let's show the camera here. Look at that. Gorgeous. And we're going to put the meat in now, right?
Yeah.
And this is just ordinary beef, is it?
Yeah, it is beef. Traditionally, the moussaka recipes are with lamb, but it's not so easy to get minced lamb, even though you think it might be in Greece, it isn't. And generally, it's got a little bit of a smell to it, hasn't it? With the I don't know. I think the beef seems to work a lot better.
Okay, so now our meat has browned nicely there, and we're gonna add the blanched, peeled, and chopped tomatoes. There we go.
Okay, so they're all going to cook into the mixture.
Yes.
Add some water. Water will be just enough to cover the mixture. We're going to add some salt and pepper. Pepper.
No, when I
Coarse
was...
salt.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's just the taste, isn't it? Seasoning, I think, always.
Yeah.
More or
We
less.
check it again later on, so.
All right?
Yeah.
I think
Put
so.
it all in better, because it's going to cook for quite a while.
Okay.
Okay, yes, so that's going to take 30 to 40 minutes until the tomatoes are broken up and you've got a nice thick bolognese sauce.
So we just leave that there for a while.
That's it, we'll leave
Do
that.
its thing.
Yeah.
Covered.
Yeah, let's do it covered.
All right. And now it's time to fry the potatoes for the moussaka. So here are some that we have peeled already, and the shape that we want them is this. Okay?
I'll start adding the rest of the potatoes to the pan now.
So here are the aubergines that we did earlier, or again, Mandy likes to call them eggplants. We used all the salt on them to make the liquid come out of them, right?
Yeah,
That's why we
and
did
get
it?
rid of the bitterness.
Bitterness, okay, sorry. And there we have the liquid, which is quite a lot, as you can see. What we need to do now is wash them, and then,
And wash them, then we're going to dry them.
yes,
Otherwise they won't work well. Then we're going to lay
Right.
them on baking trays with greaseproof paper.
all right.
Brush them with oil, and we'll cook them, turning them over after 5 minutes or so they're brown on both sides.
And the reason that we're cooking them in the oven as opposed to frying them like a lot of other recipes would suggest is because A, it's healthier not to fry them, B, it makes the food in general a lot less heavy. It's quite a heavy dish, so you'd be putting all that extra oil in that you don't really want. So we washed the aubergines according to Amanda's standards, one by one. But now we need to dry them one by one, and we'll place them on this baking tray here in front of us. And we've got our little brush over here that we said gonna brush them with a little olive oil. And now it's time to put the olive oil on top. So we're going to use this convenient little can that we have here. Just drizzle it all over nicely. So now we've finished all our aubergines. They're nicely coated with the olive oil. We're going to place them in the oven and under the grill. It's time to make our bechamel. Now, how do we make bechamel? Mandy is going to tell us.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to light the gas.
Yeah.
Quite a low heat.
All right.
And we want to melt the butter.
Okay. So we'll put all the butter in.
Yeah, put all the butter in, yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so we're ready to add the flour now. Not all of it.
Little by little.
Yeah.
And what, we just want to thicken it up, basically.
Yeah, you want like quite a thick paste, so a little bit more. Yeah, I think we've got enough there.
Okay.
Karen, would you like to start adding some milk, please? So, would you like to add 2 bay leaves now, please? Okay, a teaspoon of salt,
Salt, here we are.
or what you think is a teaspoon of salt, since we've got tablespoon. Okay, lovely. You can grate some black pepper in, please. if you can grate some nutmeg in. And I'm going to leave you in charge of this while I go and check the aubergines. So from the beginning, we melted the butter. Then we added, once the butter had melted, we added the flour till you get like a thick paste. We cook this for about 2 minutes. And then when that's cooked, we add the milk slowly in the beginning, mixing all the time to make sure that you don't get lumps. Then you add the rest of the milk and keep stirring. If you get a huge disaster and everything gets wrong, there's always the handheld multi-mixers that can save lots of disasters, but so far we've done all right today. Okay, so this boiled and we're going to take it off the heat now. We need to add to this mixture 3 egg yolks.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, and some grated cheese. So, and I'll also get rid of the bay leaves so we don't end up with them sticking to the cheese.
Okay. Now, I've been criticised for this technique many times, however, this is how I separate the egg from the yolk. So, I have the egg yolks, put your hand in, ta-da! No separating, no nothing, no fuss.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright. Make sure when you're adding the egg yolks that you use the whisk very quickly, otherwise you'll end up with some kind of like scrambled egg cheese sauce mixture.
Alright. Put it in?
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, lovely. And a bit of cheese, please.
And a bit of cheese. Stop, okay.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, if at this stage your sauce is too thick, you can always add a little bit more milk to it. You could also add cream if you want to make it a little bit of a richer taste. Personally, don't think it needs it, but here we are. So that's ready.
Okay.
We'll leave it here, and we're ready to assemble our moussaka.
So now it's time to bring everything that we've cooked together. We have the bechamel, the potatoes that we fried, and also our meat sauce. So first thing we need to do is put the parsley that we've cut over here into the meat sauce and mix. Okay. And then once we've done that, we're going to start making layers, is that right?
That's right, yeah. We're going to make 1 layer of potato, followed by aubergine. Then we'll season with salt, pepper and a little bit of cheese. And we'll work from there. So potatoes.
Potatoes.
Do it one by one, but it might be easier just to
Okay, so
tip half of them in there.
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Lovely. Okay, so now the meat sauce, just so you've got a layer. If you don't use all of the meat sauce that you've made, it's not a problem. You could freeze the meat sauce and use it for a billion or what other recipes along the way.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah. And without stating the obvious, make sure that you take out the cinnamon stick and your bay leaves. Don't want anybody breaking their teeth on you.
I wouldn't use bechamel because it's a bit too heavy for me. However, the bechamel that we're using today is a lot lighter than your average bechamel because it's not from a packet and it's made the lightest way it can possibly be. Is that right?
That's right.
Yes, I think so. Okay, so we put a little bit of nutmeg on, we've got the pepper on, and now we're ready for the oven. Thank you, hope you make it at home. Send us pictures if you do. Good luck. All right. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that video. We put our heart and soul into making it. As we said, we had a little, we had a little adventure in making it because there was lots of people coming around and lots of dogs, and you guys know how it is at home when you're trying to do something. But we managed in the end, and we think the results are really good. So, really, if you cook it, I believe you're going to love it. And we've brought a piece down with us here today, so we can show you what it turned out like. Put a little bit of olive oil on. There we go. Lovely. Are you happy with the results, Mandy?
Are you happy with the eating of it, Alex?
I'm very happy with the eating of it. Yes,
Yeah.
I think we all enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just it takes such a long time to make, but it's worth it because you can eat it for. We made quite a lot of it, didn't we? So it's 2 meals really.
I think that we say that like that Greek word again is meraki, and I keep going back to that word, and it means soul, creativity, and love that you put into something that you cook, and you can really taste that love afterwards in the food. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, of course.
I think it's
I think I'm
really-
glad I'm not alone.
No, but I think
Yes.
you like putting the seasoning in each layer and putting the little bits of cheese in between and things like that make it so much tastier.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So it's
nice.
a good way of doing it.
I think so.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think everyone that's tasted it liked it very much, and so we're very happy with it. Okay, so now we've done with the moussaka. Put that to one side, and we shall eat it in a little bit. Now Adonis has finished with the orzo pasta that we were making earlier, and we're going to plate that up now.
We'll play that up and we'll finish it with a bit of olive oil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Olive oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Slowly, slowly. Like you do with a risotto with butter, but you put a bit of olive oil. So to incorporate, in the orzo.
All right. Very nice.
And then we just with the grater.
Yep. Move out your way. So we don't need these anymore, do we?
Add some lemon zest
Okay.
for flavor and acidity.
Smells great.
Okay.
Oh man, that lemon smells amazing. In there.
Okay.
So what's the secret? When you want to make a dish look really good, when you're serving something like that, what do you need to do?
I believe the secret is to leave space.
Okay.
Like I'll show you now.
All right.
So here we've got red, for example. It's all red.
Okay.
So normally, some people they will put the prawns in the middle.
Yeah.
I like to put it there.
Okay. So you're going for the less obvious thing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
You have to leave the space for the plate. And then here we've got some lovely olives, local olives. It's
Yeah, they are.
Vlastadas,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
green olives, but you can use Kalamata olives as well. And very important, you have to put,
Fresh basil.
yeah, definitely fresh basil. And you can add, if you like, some tops from fennel.
Okay. Very nice.
You can add some.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Pressure is on. Where would I put it?
Just like the basil, just like that, small. Just
All right. Okay. Sorry. Gotcha.
small ones, just here.
I messed up already. There?
Yeah, just around. It's important for not only for decoration, for
Okay.
the flavor as well. Okay.
Is that okay there?
Yeah, I think we're ready. I like it. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'll be happy with that.
Maybe some fresh grated
yes.
paper from a, from a meal, but it's okay.
Okay. Can I try?
Yes, you have to mix it.
Mix it.
Yeah, of course, you have to mix
Okay.
the herbs and the
It feels like I'm ruining such
You know,
a pretty dish.
the olives and
Okay. So we got the recipe for this. We're going to post it after the video has ended. Let's try. Man, that tastes really good. Really great. I could sit and eat the whole thing now, but you don't want to see me eating. I think it's really good, eh?
Yeah.
They're really
Really
nice.
nice.
Wow. So definitely should try that at home. Okay. So now, as we said in the description, we have prepared for you another short video. This time, we're going to show you our brief walk. Well, we drove, but you can walk. We walked there many times too. Up to Canalos, which is behind Argasi, sort of like that way. If you know where the green frog is and everything like that. You've got the windmill over there, so it's kind of like that way.
up to the mountains.
Up to the mountains, yeah. And then once the video is over, it's only just a couple of minutes long. It might inspire you to do some walking or explore a little bit more while you're here if you fancy it. And then we will come back and we have another surprise dish for you today because we're feeling like we want to cook a lot today. And my mother is going to cook some traditional Zakinthian food, which doesn't sound amazing, but it tastes really, really good. And I've done it many times for people when I'm abroad, and it's really cheap and simple. You can have for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. It's eggs with tomatoes. You'll see how we do it in a moment. Enjoy the video, and we'll be back very soon. Our desire to share with you the beauties of this land took us on an adventure to the hills of Argasi in search of history and hidden treasures. First on the list was the stone waterway built by the Venetians. Argasi has always been a very important source of water for the island. Next was the aqueduct, built by the British during the Empire's occupation of the Ionian Islands. It carried water all the way to the main town. From here begins our ascension to Canalos. There are some beautiful sights along the way, most notably the bell tower of Akathistos, this beautiful stone house that was built just before the earthquake of 1953 and was abandoned ever since. Getting to the top is a challenge, but when faced with this incredible view, it makes it all worth it. Plus, there is a lovely restaurant canteen at the top. And now begins our slow descent to the other side of the mountain and down to Kalamaki. Along the bumpy road, you're once again faced with stunning views, the church of St. Andreas, goats, and just before you get to the beach, there is a beautiful shrine to a four-legged friend. We made it to the beach. It's called Vrodonero, which literally translates as thunder water. It is called that because there used to be a waterfall that made a thunderous noise as it crashed into the sea. This walk is another mini adventure beyond the touristic norm and a chance to see and feel a deeper connection to this wonderful land we call home and have the pleasure of sharing with all of you. Alright, so that is the end of the video. I'm really hoping that you guys are enjoying these videos because we do put a lot of effort into it and we're doing it just for you, because we love to be able to share all this stuff with you and we want you to have the best possible experience when you can come over here again. And it's great to show that there's more things to it, more things that we enjoy in the winter, and we'd love for you to be able to enjoy too when you come over here. So say a big thank you to Adonis for joining us today and cooking the wonderful prawns and orzo pasta for us.
Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, and we're going to post the recipe afterwards, and if you feel like cooking it, then please send us some pictures of what you did. I'm sure Adonis and everybody else here would love to see it.
Yeah, of course.
So goodbye, Adonis, and I'm going to be joined by Mandy in a moment.
Okay.
Okay, so while they're doing a little changeover, say a big hello to Dimitris. How you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a long time. Nice to hear from you, and thank you. Russ, How you doing, man? Nice to hear from you too. And then there's Annette, Jean, Kat says it's raining in Scotland as usual. I love watching it. Thank you for joining us, Kat. And then we've got Karen and Linda from, is it Cornwall or Devon? I can't remember. Let us know, Linda. Is there anyone else saying? And we have Annette and Wendy, and Linda. We hope to see Linda soon. Diane, Gary. So what does Gary say? Sorry, just go down a minute. He said, loving the cooking lessons. Miss the Greek food, mythos, and oil. Yes, they are three great things. Okay, so now we've said our hellos to everybody. We didn't say hello to Rich, though. Your brother said something
Richard,
about...
Yeah, you asking me about Lipuk Musaka. Probably best not comment on here.
Yes,
So
okay, very good.
I'll message you later.
Let's leave it on that. Okay, so let's go. Now we're going to make egg and tomatoes. Tell us a little bit about this dish.
Okay, so this is the kind of dish you cook when you've got nothing at home and you've no idea what to cook. Mm-hmm. Most Greek houses have. Would you like to like that, please? Most Greek households have tomatoes and eggs in. It's one of those standard things that you can cook when you really, really have no idea what to make. And even if you don't know what to make, it's a great dish anyway, isn't it?
You mean even if you do know what to make?
Well, you know what I mean. Yeah. It's quick and simple, isn't it? So,
Yes.
So, oil in the pan, that's our starting point. Olive oil with everything. So here we go, lots of olive oil. Lovely, lots of oil.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I've chopped up the onions ready, so
Yes.
make this even quicker. There
Excellent.
you go.
Well, let it warm up for a minute, shall we?
I'm going to go and get that bowl from there. That'd be nice.
This
please.
one?
Yeah.
So eggs and tomatoes.
Eggs and tomatoes, yeah.
You need some bread with it, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
You need some feta with it.
Cheese, of course. Yeah, can't have eggs and tomatoes without feta cheese, can you?
No. So this is what we were talking about last time. We were talking about, Greek food and how you put all the little bits together and everything like that. So having it on its own is okay, but then having it with bread and feta times a million, I think.
There you go. You're in charge of that pan now. And I've got some garlic that we chopped earlier. We'll put that in just a moment.
Okay, turn this up a little bit.
Yeah.
We say a big hello to Annette, and she's enjoying watching the cooking class from Cork in Ireland. Nice. And we were going to go, we were planning on going to Cork. However, this terrible disease that came upon us wouldn't let us travel, so we'll have to postpone it until we are able to.
I think lots of us had lots of plans, didn't we? But what can we do? Better safe.
Yeah. Well, I have a mission of trying to bring somebody over here from another country, and yesterday I phoned the airport in Athens, I phoned the embassy up, we phoned about 3 different airlines. Still not 100% sure of the answer, but we think that we can get this person as far as Kyllini, which is the mainland where the port is that brings people across. However, if you're not a permanent citizen of the island, you can't come here. But luckily, we own a boat, so... I'm
not sure if that's a good solution or not.
I'm giving away our plan here.
What about the
Well, it's not like I'm going to go and rob a bank or something, is it? It's, we're just trying to get... And the person is a legal European citizen, so it's not a...
You remember when the police chased you about 3 weeks ago when you tried to move your dad's boat?
Yeah, but I wasn't doing anything wrong. All I was trying to do was take it out of the water.
Yeah, I know. But
okay.
Anyway, that's cooking nicely.
Yes. Yes, you're not allowed to do fishing at the moment. That's That's what my mother is referring to. I went to take the boat out of the harbour, and I had a lot of port police chase after me, but once they knew that I was only doing it for the purpose of taking the boat out, I was all right. Yeah. And Gary is laughing, he's calling us smugglers. Yeah. We could make the new Smugglers Cove. The new shipwreck here in Argosy.
You know how nice it is since they've not been fishing? The fridge actually smells like normal again now.
And what did we eat yesterday?
Yeah, well.
What did we eat yesterday?
It's from a different
fridge.
We ate fish. Yeah, sure, yeah. We've nearly got rid of all of the fish now.
Yeah. You'd miss it if we weren't
You think
going.
you're starting again next week?
I hope so, yes.
We'll see. Okay, would you like to throw the garlic in there? Okay, lovely.
Right, let me show what we're doing. So hello to Valerie May. And who else is there? Oh, Kauko, Ilmari, Mikkonen. To you. Oh, it's Nettie. Yeah, of course, Nettie. I haven't heard from you in a very long time. Very nice to hear from you and to know you're watching.
Got some happy memories with you, Nettie, over the years, haven't we?
Nettie was an amazing PR, wasn't she?
She certainly was.
We get loads of people in here.
Yeah.
Oh, and Polly.
Oh.
Hello, Polly, and thanks a lot for the nice things that you're saying to us. We hope to see you again soon sometime. It's been a while. And Nick, thanks a lot for watching, man. And thanks a lot for your company. Okay? So let's just say, what have we done here?
Okay, so I've got tomatoes that I've already peeled and just chopped them up now very, very roughly. There were about 6 tomatoes,
Okay.
6, 7 tomatoes. So we'll just throw them into the mix now. And all we need now is a little bit of seasoning. So put some salt in, bits of pepper, and usual oregano. And I'm going to put some chili flakes in because everybody seems to like spicy food in our house. So there we go. Just a few chili flakes. So that mixture just needs to cook for 5 minutes just to let the tomatoes break down a little bit. As soon as that's happened, we break the eggs into it, put a little bit of seasoning on top of the eggs, cover the pan, and in another 5 minutes it's ready.
Okay.
So one last thing I will add to it while you're stirring around there is just a little bit of parsley. There we go. Yeah.
Big hello to
While you're
Eva.
chopping that, I'll do this.
Vangelis. Hello to Athens. And Lynn. Big hello to Lynn. And can I be your PR this year? Yes, and Nettie, you're always welcome back. And big hello to Andrea too. Lovely to hear from Andrea. Oh yeah, this is what I was going to say. Now, this is the proper way to cook it. However, if all you have in your house happens to be a tin of cheap tomatoes and you've got a couple of eggs and a bit of cheese hanging around, all you need to do, put the tin of tomatoes in the pan, break some eggs in. As long as you've got a bit of cheese to put on afterwards and bread, it tastes great. This will taste better, but if you don't have all this stuff, just you can, if you're feeling hungry one night and you don't have anything else, you can use that. It's always a great go-to. Gary says, can I be your PR Sinbad? I don't know who Sinbad is, I'm afraid. Oh, well, I do know Sinbad. He used to be a guy that worked here. Yeah, okay. Sheila says, loving today's recipes. Can't wait to come back. Well, I hope to see some pictures of what you've cooked. It'd be very nice to see. All right.
So this is another one of the recipes that you don't get in restaurants, isn't it? For
Yes.
obvious reasons, I guess. It's quite a straightforward,
Very
simple
true.
recipe, isn't it? But it's so tasty.
Yeah, it's just another one of those things that you can't, like you say, you can't serve in a restaurant, much like the lentil soup that we made and the spinach rice that we made on the first cooking class. But they're all really great home dishes, and dishes that we eat and Greek families eat in their house at least once a week.
Okay, so that's just about there, really, isn't it? Thickening up nicely.
All right, okay. Can we get our cameraman to show us? Camera woman, sorry.
Are you going to be the egg breaking person?
If you want.
Yeah, okay. So I'll make a little hole in it and you can put the egg in. There you go. Okay. Make some space here.
Oh, sorry, I think I've messed that up a little bit. Hang on, I'm sorry. I wasn't concentrating. Hang on, let me try again, sorry. There we go.
Okay. Usually put 2 eggs per person, but you can adapt it to however you like. And there's another dish, very, very similar to this, where the eggs are kind of scrambled into the mixture.
Strapazzata.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like a Turkish version of the same thing, isn't it?
Is it?
I don't know, Andoni, you're
No.
more the chef person, aren't you? I thought it was his.
No, I've never heard that
Oh, I
before.
thought it was. But... Anyway, we've got 2 more eggs.
Okay.
Got one out the way a bit. Okay, lovely.
Okay, so what do
just
we do
need
now?
To sprinkle salt on each egg. Even the ones that you can't see.
Yep, okay.
And a little bit of, nice will be grated black pepper, but we'll just use this for now. Put the lid on, and in just a few minutes it's ready to serve with crusty bread,
Okay.
feta cheese.
We've got
Perfect.
some bread. In there.
We've got feta cheese.
Okay. Excellent. Where are we? Feta cheese, and just need a nice little plate to serve it
A
on.
nice little plate over there if you'd like to get it.
There we are.
Okay. So next week,
Next week, what are we going to cook
what we're
next?
going to make next week?
I don't know. What we're going to make?
Okay. Not moussaka.
No?
No.
What we're going to do then?
Something. I keep wanting to make sourdough bread, but Alex isn't having any of it, so.
There's a million videos on YouTube of sourdough bread.
Yeah.
Anyone that wants to watch sourdough bread writes in YouTube sourdough bread. However, eggs and tomatoes is a little different. Moussaka, not everyone has a great recipe. So
Okay.
that's what we need to do, make the difference.
Yes, boss. I've got lemon on.
I've got lemon. Yeah, why not? Yeah, okay. Let's try that. Stifado. Russ wants stifado.
Stifado. Yeah, we made it so many times last summer. It was with the cookery.
Yeah,
class.
but not everyone has
Yeah,
joined
we
the
could do
cookery
it.
class, have
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
So, yeah.
No, it'd be good.
We'll see. We'll make one of those things. But I think we should definitely make dolmades as well, because people have asked us for that. So I think we should definitely do that if we can.
Dolmades with meat or
No.
No. Okay.
How do you like them? Are they with meat or not? Yeah.
Yeah, me too, but we'll see.
Oh, you make them any which way, and if you want to put meat in, you can. If you
Maybe
don't.
we can make both. Who
Yeah.
knows? Let's see.
Okay. So we're done here.
Okay, well, ideally they need just a little bit longer, but I think we can take a couple out just to show what it looks like on the plate, can't we?
All right.
I'm looking for the serving spoon, that would be nice.
There we go. Some feta.
Nice.
You cut a little bit of
Yeah.
for me. There we go. Eggs and tomatoes.
Simple, quick, cheap,
Yes, it is.
quite healthy. Got a lot going for it.
Yep. Okay, so from all of us here, all the big production team that we have in the back, and all the chefs that have joined us today, and everybody else, big thank you from the bottom of our hearts for joining us, and that's being honest, because it really makes us happy that we can see you. We're going to really miss you in May and June. Hopefully you'll be able to make it in July, August, September maybe, and it makes us really happy that we can communicate even through this way, and we hope you're enjoying everything we're doing, and as long as you're enjoying it, we'll keep on doing it. So thank you very much, and see you next Thursday.
Thank you.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.